Now to the controversial changes for mammograms. A government task force is suggesting reversing some long-held guidelines on when women should get their first mammogram, and it is causing quite a stir. Our own Dr. Jennifer Ashton is here with more. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, Maggie. It sure is. Breast cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths in women in the U.S., and with more than 192,000 cases and 40,000 deaths expected this year alone.
Early detection saved my life. I mean, what more is there to say about that?
46-year-old SHEILA Slaughter was diagnosed with breast cancer 3 years ago. But under new government guidelines, women Slaughter's age without risk factors are no longer encouraged to get regular breast cancer screenings. The task force says routine mammograms for younger women are not effective, and that when screening starts at 40, there are more false positives leading to unnecessary biopsies. Another major change, the expert panel says women ages 50 to 74 only need to be screened every 2 years. The American Cancer Society rejects the new guidelines. It will continue to recommend annual screening for all women, beginning at 40. Okay. Cancer experts are concerned competing guidelines will confuse women and their doctors.
They may throw their hands up and say, if the doctors and the researchers can't decide, how am I going to decide?
In the long run, that's not going to be a cost savings if more women are getting sick and not tested on a regular basis.
And it's important to note that these new guidelines do not apply to women who are at high risk for breast cancer or who have a family history of the disease, Maggie.
Jen, is this task force changing its recommendations when it comes to other forms of screening, like seeing your doctor or self-exams?
They're still recommending that women see their doctors regularly, but the task force does not recommend that women do self-breast exams because they say it has not been shown to save lives.
That makes no sense. What could it hurt?
Well,
doesn't cost anybody
they say
anything?
that studies have shown that it leads to a lot of unnecessary biopsies and that it does not save lives due to breast cancer caught at earlier stages.
Quite frankly, none of this seems to make sense to me. It goes against the recommendations we've heard for decades, certainly as long as I've been alive. And if you can save one life, why wouldn't you?
It's right, Maggie, and that's part of it. But the way that the task force it came to these guidelines in part was by doing research based on computer estimates. And what they found, for example, in younger women aged 40 to 49 is that they would have to do 1,900 mammograms to save one life. Now, again, from a cost-saving standpoint, maybe those people could argue that those 1,900 mammograms are unnecessary. But if you're that one person,
right.
That's a big deal.
Seems worth it.
Absolutely.
Dr. Jennifer Ashton, thank you very much.